This is Shannon Allor. I'm coming on to do a layout using Nana's Kitchen. And y'all, if you have ever been to Mackinac Island to the Grand Hotel, this collection looks exactly like the interior of that hotel. It looks like the dishware from that hotel. It's absolutely amazing. So here's a picture of the hotel. It's my daughter and I are out front. My mother was actually taking the photo. So I thought I would show off some of the gorgeous pieces. I'm going to use the die cuts. I'm going to use papers 1, 2, and 4. That's what you see there. And what else to tell you? Oh, the 6x8 pattern papers. I'm going to bring in the Chippies that is from the titles, and I'm going to cut out that gorgeous piece that you see there. Okay, so at this point, I've gone ahead. I have grabbed an amazing adventure out for my title. I'm going to pop it right on top of that big, gorgeous piece that you see that I went ahead and fussy cut out. Now, that piece that I cut out, I did pop up on a little bit of dimensional adhesive, so I get a bit of shadow. And I did not necessarily really tack down the edges of my florals because I like a little bit of movement, and I like that kind of like free-flowing shadow thing that you get when it's not all like really, really tightly glued down. Okay, so next I want to go into this die cut pack, and it's full of like these beautiful pieces. There's teacups and a rolling pin and cutlery. And guys, it's just beautiful, like jadeite green colored goodness in here. So I'm going to pick whatever pieces kind of strike my fancy. Now, you know, with Mintay, I will always go for the florals first. I mean, the artwork is beautiful. It's composed beautifully. So I always go that route with it. And I really need to bring some of this gorgeous kind of scenery to the left of my photo. So I'm going to build up a little bit there. And the other cluster I'm going to have is kind of where the E is in the adventure word. A little something extra over there so that my title is not just kind of free-flowing willy-nilly around. Oh, and I don't know if I brought up, but my 2 papers that I went ahead and matted this gorgeous layout with, I did go ahead and gut the inside, which means taking out most of the inside. So I didn't just pop it up there and waste it. It's just too pretty to not get every little bit out of it that you can. So you see I'm going through all of these little pieces. There's like china cabinets and there's dishes and teapots. It's all so incredibly pretty. And I don't have these pieces tucked down yet. I'm really just getting a placement and getting to know this collection a little tiny bit better. It's one of those things I love doing. Now, at the Grand Hotel, one of the big things you do is eat over and over again in the big dining room. So I really wanted to make sure that my knife and my fork were documented there, and the rolling pin, because the desserts are beautiful. So that was intentionally done to make myself remember how truly grand the food is at the Grand Hotel. I think every night there was these different desserts like flourless chocolate cake and gelatos and different things that were regional to this part of the world. So the Grand Hotel is located on Mackinac Island, and that's, well, I guess between the lower peninsula of Michigan and the upper peninsula, there is an island, and it's pretty cool. Very old-fashioned, no motorized vehicles allowed, all that kind of stuff. So what you see me doing here is I'm carrying a dark orange coat, and it's a pretty bold color, so I'm going to hide some of it with a heart. Just a little sneakaroo there with one of my embellishments, but it totally works. Okay, so what else to tell you guys? Now, when you go to get your titles taken off of your sheet of Chippies, you just go ahead and use a craft knife, and they're slightly attached down, and you can just really easily trim them off. They're super useful, and I Love, 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 love the font that they decided to use for the titles. I'm hoping that they'll do additional Chippy sheets using the same font because it was like perfect and seamless and everything I needed to get this layout kind of put together, I guess. It totally worked. So what I'm going to do is I already have Amazing Adventure glued down, but I do want to give it a little bit of a jazz up. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab a glittery gold pen of mine and paint it in. So I'm just really quickly brushing on a little bit of gold with it. I think that this true yellow gold works really well with the florals. They're so darn pretty. So I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes making sure that they are really nice and sparkly. And the Chippies took this product so unbelievably well. I have used embossing powder on them and they come out beautifully. Of course, I use Creativa paint on them and it comes out really well. So once again, just use whatever you like to use to decorate your Chippies and they're going to come out beautifully. And just like that, this layout is done. I loved adding just a few splatters with the gold here and there as well to bring the title all the way around. I used a little bit of a product in the middle of my little floral clusters. I thought that it would give myself a bit of dimension, and that is that, my friends. This layout came together in maybe 35 minutes. It was perfect. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching.